Reading a book on Salvia. A Salvia trip report from Shrewsbury. A trip report I wrote some years back when I was stupid and young. This being my last Salvia experience I was planning for a while, I wanted to try something a little more fun and different from the introspective trips I had taken so seriously before. I would try to read. I was in a pretty good mood, nothing stressing me out much. A little apprehensive as my friend wanted to film my reaction this time. His reason being that my last reaction was priceless. Honestly, I was a little embarrassed by what he described last time I tripped hard, and I had no control or recollection for that matter. But in the mood of a good humour this trip, I submitted. We pulled out a nice big book, as though I would get past 3 sentences, and I prepared the bowl with 100 mg of Salvia 21 times extract, about a 12th of my vial, and began with the intro. Storing nuclear waste is one of the most controversial issues clouding the use of nuclear power. Today, we'll examine how they store nuclear waste safely, but first, a hit of our Salvia. I lit the bowl, released the stream of water from my gravity bong, and let rip one big hit of Salvia. I successfully read about 2 sentences before I stumbled. English, my first and best language, morphed into nothing more than esoteric markings on a white panel. I had no idea what I was looking at, almost like a foreign language of sorts. I was quickly and violently returned to the same realm I have always seen during Salvia trips. A world where reality is seen through a window in my alternate reality of which I float in. The visual hallucinations are something other than the gentle waving or shimmering seen with mushrooms. Salvia doesn't actually alter vision, it convinces the mind so strongly that what we see is something other than what is seen. It felt not like I was looking at a book, but at an image of a book totally disconnected from another reality. It's much like looking at an object in a TV, but being aware it's not in the room you're in, and therefore fake. Too hard to explain. I become part of this huge, infinite dimension with an infinite power and purpose. Everything was throbbing, and I heard the chanting. Oh, the chanting. I seem to understand it every time I trip, but it is merely a memory after I recover. This reality or landscape makes perfect sense at the time. This dimension along with the chanting feels hauntingly familiar, almost as if that's where we all originated from, or actually exist there, but are blinded of it by our physical realm. Truly an amazing sensation. However, I refrained from trying to communicate to my friend. It's hopeless. I'd feel compelled to casually explain something to my friend, only to realise that it makes no sense whatsoever, and it would end up coming out as something like, "Whoa, I can see the dimensional lapses of the possibilities of entities we could be personified into, forever having its own path into an alternate reality." Obviously, a failed attempt. To say the least, it's shocking to watch the video of my trip back. I remembered nothing of my physical actions after reading the line, "Standing 30 feet back, I was rocking back and forth, then out came the most haunting laugh I'd ever heard to date. My laugh. It was really deep and almost sounded demonic. I vaguely remember feeling a light sensation in my vocal cords, but was totally not expecting such a change in my voice. Salvia must relax the vocal muscles or something, I guess. Then I fell back, laughing like a baby in a 17-year-old's body for the next 4 minutes. Then I was swatting at the camera, claiming that there was no reason to film me if I was acting perfectly normal. I wasn't, of course, at least not by the standards of the reality I'm in now. My friend made sure I was able to reason and act safely, and I told him to give me a while alone. He left and I collapsed on the floor next to my bed. I just lay there, feeling this beautiful trance. I felt as though I was in this paradise as depicted in the music by Enya. I was able to daydream and actually had the sensation that I was in my memories and thoughts. Suddenly, I just sort of awoke, 30 minutes later feeling more or less back to normal. So I made myself some chai and thought how privileged I was. I have a great best friend, a wonderful family, and the intelligence to never really worry about succeeding school. I felt uplifted for some while afterward, and even today. I've learned to appreciate some loves I had taken for granted in life. Be safe, be balanced, and be in good humour. Peace out.